In this video, I'm going to explain to you exactly how you can sell the bullion that you've already bought so that you're not taken advantage of and you receive exactly how much you should be paid by a reputable bullion dealer. I've been in the industry for over 5 years as both a customer as well as a manager, and now I'm partnered with a reputable bullion dealer, ensuring that you get exactly what you deserve in terms of payment once you decide to sell your bullion. If you don't know who I am, my name is Steph from lfaos.com. What we do is help people, businesses, and super funds invest over $50,000 into precious metals safely and securely. I make these videos for anybody under the $50,000 threshold so that you can be more knowledgeable on how the bullion industry works, so that you're less likely to be taken advantage of and you're paid exactly what you deserve by your bullion dealers. All right, so we've covered how to buy bullion. How do you sell it? And by sell it, I mean convert it back into currency, the normal currency everybody knows about and understands. Well, in bullion dealing, you can walk in to any bullion dealer, not the same one. You don't even have to go to the same one you bought it for. So, for example, if my bullion dealer partner, were to sell you a kilo of silver, you could take that kilo a year later and sell it to any bullion dealer on the planet. They will do the exact same thing I'm about to tell you now. They will take that kilo in front of you, test it in front of you, which is what they should do in front of you, and then give you a price which is denominated or based on the current spot price, whether that's higher or lower. Now, you need a way to reliably check the spot price. What I highly recommend for customers, which is something that's not technical, and what I know for a fact my partner uses, is Kitco, which is Kitco prices. So if you search up on Google Kitco prices, switch the currency from American dollars into Australian dollars, and then alternate between either ounces, kilos, or grams, you'll be able to determine and calculate the exact value of your bar. I don't want you guys to be taken advantage of by other shady bullion dealers who will pay you anything less than the spot price. Because I know for a fact that my partner pays the full spot price. There are certain bullion dealers I know for a fact in certain states, especially in Australia, that do not pay the full spot price. Unfortunately, with a physical product, unlike something, let's say crypto, um, bullion is a physical product. You need to take it or send it so that the bullion dealer has it in store in their possession in order to be able to test it and then transfer you the funds or pay you via cash. It's extremely liquid and it's very easy to sell. Any amount under 150, 200 grand, our partners can pay immediately with either cash or bank transfer. I would typically ask and I would recommend that you notify the bullion dealer for any transactions, say over 50 grand or 100 grand, just so they're aware that you're coming in to sell that quantity of bullion. We'll go through an exercise. Pretend that I'm again the bullion dealer. If I buy from a customer instead of a refiner, right? If I buy from a customer who's selling and willing to cash in that bullion and their appreciation or their market gain or loss, sometimes it goes down. Am I exposed to the price? Now, the answer is yes. I'm just buying it from a different person. When I buy back from that customer, I am buying it at the spot rate. Some bullion dealers pay less, but just assume the spot rate. I am now exposed. My net exposure is positive, depending on if it's a kilo or whatever. I'm a positive a kilo of, say, silver, right? I am now exposed to that price. A majority of bullion dealers, especially high volume ones in this industry, will limit the amount of sellbacks, or what we call in the industry buybacks, for customers in order to minimize their spot risk. They will spread it out, say, for example, 40 kilograms per person per week. The great thing is that you don't have to sell all of your bullion to one bullion dealer. You can do what we call it a run on the street, because there's a lot of bullion dealers on the street that we're on. You can go to each independent bullion dealer and sell that amount or an amount, the maximum amount, to each bullion dealer. That way, it becomes harder to audit if you're, you know, anyway, it becomes harder to audit for the government if that's what you want. I never recommend that, but yeah, it's very liquid market. It's very easy to cash in and sell out back into currency. Another great thing about buybacks, especially from bullion dealers, is pretend again I'm a bullion dealer. If I buy back from an ex-customer that is now selling, I buy back at spot. When I buy from refineries and wholesalers, I buy at a spot plus their fees, right? So when I go and I'm able to sell these two products, I can sell the buyback product for lower at a lower price, even marginally at a lower price to my other customers because I no longer have to pay the refiner and wholesaler a higher premium, right? So my cost of goods goes down. I am exposed to the spot risk, but my cost of good goes down and I can sell that onto my customers for a more affordable price. If you notice, it won't be an extraordinarily difference in price, but when you're buying hundreds of thousands of dollars of this stuff, it makes a difference. Another thing to recognize and mention is that for any buybacks, the bullion dealer, due to AML regulations and all of the legal obligations they have to conduct, they have to take a photo of your ID, either front and back of driver's license or your passport, and store it on file for any amount. You could sell me a 1/10 ounce silver coin, which is right now worth about $8, and my partner will still have to take and note down your ID and keep it on file. Right? This is just how it works. If you wanted to receive cash, a cash payment for your bullion, if that cash payment exceeded $10,000, you would the bullion dealer would have to go and notify Austrac and notify the government, hey, I've just paid this guy more than 10 grand in cash. It's just part of the industry. It's just the laws that my partners have to follow. So, in conclusion, it is extremely easy from both the perspective of the bullion dealer, if they are operating correctly, and the customer to be able to sell and cash in and sell for currency their bullion bars. Anything under 100 grand can be paid on demand same day. I know for a fact that my partner can do that. Um, but anything over that, I would notify them. If we're talking amounts above $1 million, split payments will be able to be occurred because bullion dealers, again, as previously mentioned, have to manage their cash flow. So it's extremely easy it's an extremely liquid market, and it's extremely easy to alternate between gold and silver and the normal currency we use every day.